a true welcome, they on the mat. No mean say you're welcome in a me flat. Pretty face, but me heart on black. Me did a call on the phone, but
Who you are and what it is that you do.
I'm Alicai Harley. I do dancehall music with a pop vibe, popish kind of hip-hopish vibe. I also do grime, rapping and all that stuff. And I just dabble into everything,
Yeah.
you know?
Very eclectic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell the listeners out there how you got into the music field and how your journey began in music.
I've always been very musical. So like from when I was really young, I always knew that's what I was going to do. I mean, it wasn't a thing that like came down the line. I like always knew it was going to be that. I first went into the studio when I was 12 after my father had passed. And like, that was just my way of letting out, like my hurt and stuff like that. And then I just continued doing my music. I just I just kind of went back and forth with it and tried new things, learned new things. I was kind of really on my own doing it at the start, so I had to like really learn how to edit and record myself and all that stuff. And then it just got bigger and better, and I just grew. And like around in 2017, like the first song that kind of finally got people's attention was my song Gold, which I managed to get from a campaign. I was doing a campaign like every week to try and write a song every week. And then on the 10th week, I found a song called Gold. And that was a song that like let everyone kind of like, oh, who's this girl? Who's this girl? Oh, Alicai Harley. Okay, what more is she doing? And then I kind of got really looking, and I've just been grinding ever since, you know?
Yeah, well, you're doing really well, sis, and I'm enjoying your vibe completely.
Thank you.
For real. So, I've heard a lot of different stories, a lot of different things, but you being a female artist, what is it like out there for you? Do you have to work 10 times harder? Tell us a little something about it.
Maybe I always kind of answer this question the same, because I feel like I can't answer it as a male, because I've never been a male. I've only ever been a female. I've only ever been. So for me, I never really look at what anyone else is doing. I just know that doing whatever you love, it doesn't necessarily need to be music. It could be anything. You have to really do it with a mentality of it's not in your hands. It's definitely a higher power. And me, I'm very, very spiritual. I believe in God and I pray a lot. So I just kind of just keep going with that. And I do the best I can. I try not to beat myself about if something doesn't go the way I want it to go, or it's not working. I feel like he's always doing something that I can't see. So like I said, it's not really about being a female. I feel like you just work. As human beings, we just work hard, and everyone else has their own journey.
For real, definitely. So as an artist, as a person, you spoke about you speak to God, like you go to church and those sort of thing. Who is your inspiration for music?
I don't actually go to church,
but
I definitely pray a lot. But my inspiration from very young has been Lady Saul, and it's so crazy that we're talking about church, because she's now giving her life to Christ, which is really, really dope. Lady Saul, Bridget Banton, Beyonce is a big one as well. Like from when I was younger, if I'm talking about when I was young, those were the people that I looked at. That like I really love the way Lady Saul attacked the beat. I love Budgie's tone and the way he just held. He knows how to grip the rhythm. He knows the pockets of where to fit into the instrumental. And Beyonce, again, musically, but also her work rate is just phenomenal.
Definitely. So, when people think of dancehall, especially now, they call it like slack music, and it's not that great. What would you say to those people out there who think of dancehall in that way?
Not all dancehall is slack.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's preference. I would never knock someone for whether they like it being slack or they don't, because there's times when I want to hear hella slack music, and then there's when I don't. So I wouldn't necessarily knock someone for that. But I feel like there's different ways to do it. One thing that I went through a stage, but a little bit before 2017, where I'd met someone that's one of my closest friends, SSK Music, my best friend actually. And I was battling with my faith and also doing music. And then he just said, as long as you're doing what you love and you've always got God in it and you're feeding the right info. And for me, I try in all my music to keep it raw, to keep the real, but I try not to swear. So I don't think I've actually swore. I might say a shit here and there. Oh, I'm not going to say that, sorry. I might say ish here and there. Yeah. I'm sorry. I say ish there, but I don't swear in my music. And now if I do listen to music, sometimes it's a bit harsh to my ears, because I'm like, oh, you don't need to do it. I feel like I really branched out and like tried to fight myself to make sure I wasn't using swear words as fillers. So even though I keep it real and raw, I'm not making anyone say to their child, look that off. Do you know what I mean? Because kids love music, and then as a parent, I can see, I'm not a parent, but a lot of the times my mum really didn't want to hear all the slap music. So I want him to listen to good music that doesn't have all the swearing that their mum might like and their fathers might like.
Yeah, for real. So
You know?
the new song that you've done, Rushing.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us something about that, because it's actually a really good beat. I'm actually loving the lyrics as well. The lyrics are really good. Tell us something about that.
Thank you so much, man. First of all, big up Sean Izzle for the beat. Producer in Jamaica, absolutely amazing. The song is so random because I was messing around with my friend's name, Russian, and I kept on doing it over and over again. And we was out to eat, and then I recorded a voice note. And then when I went to Israel, and I was in another shop, and I was messing around doing it again. And then I was like, okay, this is the song. And then when I got the beat from Sean Izzle, I went and freestyled on the mic. And then when it got to the chorus part of the beat, I just started singing Rushing, and that's just how it came out. And I think now someone said something to me the other day about the song, and it was the fact that she liked an artist called Substance. She's up and coming as well, and she was saying she really loved the fact that it wasn't a song saying a man's running me down, da, 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 da. Like a lot of people don't speak about the fact that we've been in situations where we as females are the people that's running down to you, and he don't want you. And it's like, we don't really want to say that, innit? But I feel like I'm really proud of Rushing, because it says that the whole thing, I was coming after you, you didn't want it, you was messing me about. But right now I'm doing good, I'm doing fine, but I still can look back and say, yo, I was doing mad over that you know what I mean, and I was rushing for your loving.
Yeah, definitely. But I also like the song that you did as well. Was it Proper Paper?
Yeah, thank you so much.
I also like that song. So a lot of people, when I said, oh, I got this artist coming on, she's wicked, blah blah blah, they were talking about this song. So for the listeners out there, let them know something about that song as well.
Proper Paper. Yeah. Proper Paper for me is, I've always been about the fairy tale, marriage and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's always been me. And I never actually heard a song like talking, except for We Should Just Get Married, you know? Yeah. That song. But I never actually heard a song talking about marriage and stuff like that. And I thought, what if us talking about taking everyone's man, you know? How about we talk about marriage? Yeah. So for me, that's why I made Proper Paper. At the time, it was someone I loved so very much, because I still love so much. And that song definitely was inspired by them. And I was just like, just letting out how I feel. I wanted to marry this person, you know, and like just expressing that. And I feel like a lot of females connected to it, a lot of guys connected to it. And also people took their own interpretation from the song as well, because obviously a lot of guys like to take it as money, like Proper Paper, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But for me, I'm talking about the marriage signature that you signed.
For real. So there's a deeper meaning into the song.
Yeah, a very, very deeper meaning. Well, I think with all my music, it's all it all comes from, whether I'm writing about my friends' stories or just like inspiration from somewhere, they all definitely come from someone.
Definitely. I've really noticed that with yourself anyway. So
thank you.
I've seen, like, looking at your bio and those sort of things, you've done a lot of different tours, festivals. Is there been a time where you thought, wow, this is amazing?
Do you know what? A lot of times, because I mean, the Kojo tour was so lit, the Shaka tour was lit as well, and then I just did Glastonbury the other day. Okay. Like, I think last week now, I'm messing with my time. But last week I did Glastonbury, and that was so lit to say, like, oh my gosh, I've done Glastonbury, and you know, just like one day I'll headline, you know, by the grace of God. But so that was really sick as well.
Yeah.
Definitely have the moments where I'm like, wow. As well. And I did Pride, and Pride was so sick, and because I just dropped Rushing, and it was the first time performing it, and their reaction was just like, oh my gosh, they were just really enjoying it. So that was really
okay. Have you ever got nervous on stage?
Of course. All the time. I think every artist, every creative, even if you're not someone that's a musician, people that present, like all my friends, like everyone.
Remember when you used to lie me, like hold up, I'm steady reminiscing about when I was rushing.